Hello, this is Alex with Grow How, and today we're going to be trying the Cosmic Crisp apple. Now, this is an apple I've been waiting for a couple of years. Its first release was last year. I couldn't get to them before they all sold out. But this is an example of really what modern breeding in an apple is about. They did not do anything in this apple for looks. This is not the perfectly red and just nicely shaped red delicious apple that many of us grew up with. This was grown for flavor and for storability. And I can appreciate both those. My food doesn't need to be pretty, but I do want it to last, and it really should taste good. That being said, I have to comment, I really like the look of this apple. It's got the white specks, that's the cosmic part of it. It's got a nice red background that varies actually. That section has a lot of green in it. Given that it wasn't bred for or chosen at all for looks, this is kind of a pretty apple to me. The red on it has a kind of a nice, it's nice, bright, reflective, almost glowing red. I don't usually really care much about the look of the apple, but I have to say this one strikes my fancy for look. This is an apple I cannot grow. It was bred by the state of Washington. And for the first, I forget how many years, they were only allowing trees to be sold to people who were planting them in Washington. I get that. The apple growers in Washington paid for this apple. I didn't pay for it. They paid to develop this apple. And that's fine. They paid for it. They get first dibs. If I ever get a chance, it's going to be a decade before I can plant this. That's the way life is, but when somebody pays for something, I try and respect that. So let's go on with the tasting. Okay, first of all, this is a good apple. It comes right out of the gate and says, I'm going to be pleasant. It's got a nice crisp crack to it. It's not as good as a Honeycrisp. That's one of its parents. It's not as good as a Honeycrisp. It's good. It's better than most apples, but again, it doesn't meet that standard. The juiciness of it is excellent. And I have to say, when I bite into it, there's a burst of that sweet appley sugariness to it. And then a little bit of tartness kicks in. This is actually a really pleasant apple. Really, it seems sweeter than most. Yeah, it comes across as being sweeter than Honeycrisp, and it's still got a lot of that almost honey tinge to it. I have to say, this apple is one I like. Now, I know a lot of people love the Honeycrisp, and they like it because of the crunch. This crunch isn't as good, but I would choose this over Honeycrisp any day of the week. And I would choose this over a good lot of modern apples. I'm not going to say it's a highly complex flavor. There are apples I've tried that have really a lot of flavor going on, flavor components. This does okay, but it's again got that very traditional apple flavor. It's got sweet and it's got tart, but it doesn't have a lot of the more nuanced stuff. But I can tell you right now, this is an apple I will not complain about going into my lunchbox or eating at home as a snack or whatever. Any day I pick this up is going to be a good day for apple eating. I do not know how this one would cook. That's something I would like to do a test on one of these days. I haven't figured out how to do that properly. Also, with the level of sugar I'm tasting, again, more than a Honeycrisp, I don't know if that's because of the overall flavors of the apple that's amplifying that or whether it's actually higher in sugar. This is one I would consider turning into juice, checking to see how much sugar it's got, and possibly this could make a decent cider apple. Something to think about. If you have any apples you want me to try, I will do my best with what's available. I've got a couple more apples upstairs that I'm going to do over the next few days, so I look forward to it. Please subscribe. That does help a lot, and it's going to be up here in this corner. And then I'll put something up in this corner that you might enjoy watching. Again, thank you for coming. Catch y'all later. Manana.